Hi, this is Joe's Corner 76. We're going to be discussing the human condition. In order to change it, we have to be involved. Actually, what I want to do is talk about change. Every day in life, we're seeing changes. We're seeing changes in nature. We're seeing changes in politics. We're seeing changes in how we react to one another. We're seeing changes in how money is going back and forth. But in our lives, are we just going with the changes that happen? Or are we stopping and looking at what's happening? What are the changes that are going on? Right now we have movements that limit our freedom. Are we going with that flow? Are we going to be told what to do, what to think, and what to believe? Or are we going to make that change and say, I'm not part of the crowd, I'm an individual. I'm going to think for myself. That's going to be my change. When I look at all of the different versions of sexuality that seem to be coming up, and then I look at myself, what do I believe? Well, gosh, I believe a man and a woman, and that's about it. I have no problems with anybody else believing what they want, but I'm not going to be told what to do. That's the change I'm going to make. When I hear people spewing hatred against Jews, against Arabs, against anybody else, I'm not going to go with the flow, or I'm not going to be silent. I'm going to speak up, I hope. That's the change I want. When I look at my relationships, I'm going to look at everybody I know and say, who relates to me? Who values me? Who do I value? Is this person toxic? Am I going to spend any more time with them? Or am I going to look at my life and say, I'm going to spend time with the people I love, the people I respect, and the people I value? That's the change I'm going to make. I'm removing all bad influences from people I know. I'm going to look at my finances and say to myself, can I get out of any debt situation? Yes, I can. What can I do? I think all of us need to do a couple of things. One, say we want to be out of debt. Two, decide what we're going to do. Three, get a budget together. And four, start paying off the debts. Cut up your credit cards. That's the change I'm going to make. That's the change you can make. When it comes to religion, I'm not going to say there's nothing beyond this life. I'm not going to say that everybody else is this or that. But I am going to say, here's what I believe, here's what I think, here's what I stand for. That's the change I'm going to make. When I go through the political stream, I'm going to look at what parties say, what leaders say, what people say. I'm going to say, this is what I agree with, this is not what I don't agree with. But one thing I'm going to make sure that I always do, and I want to make sure it's the change all the time, I'm going to vote. Because my vote's going to count. And when I look at life, I find it can be deeply depressing. If I just look at all the misery here and there, I'm going to say to myself, there are good things in this world. I'm going to look for them. I believe you can have happiness if you work at it. I believe you can enjoy each other's company. The change I'm going to make is I'm going to look for the positive and forget the negative. I'm going to make the change that my glass is half full. I'm going to look at everything in my life and say, what do I need to change? If you or I are with anyone that we're just not happy with, and we both know it, why go through that grind? Make the change. Change each other's lives. Go forward with some hope and happiness. Are you and your children out of sorts? And you're saying, well, those kids this and those kids that. Make a change. Phone them. Talk to them. Give them a chance. Let them see. That's a change you can make. The changes that you make in your life basically are, don't go with the changes that just happen to everyone, all of us, when we go through life, but rather look at the changes and say, here's how I'm going to change my life, irregardless of what others are doing and what movements are going and what trends are on. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to accept the actions and the consequences of my life. That's the change I'm going to make. I am not going to be a victim. I'm going to try to be a victor. That's the change I'm going to make. I'm telling each and every one of you, change is inevitable, but don't go with the change just because it's changing. Look at the change, decide if it's for you. If not, stand up against the change. Because in the end, the individual who stands up and makes the changes in their life that are going to benefit them, benefit the family, benefit society, are the ones who are going to be successful and happy in the long run. I can be followed on Facebook, Instagram, and X at Joe's Corner 76. You can hear me on Apple, Google, and Spotify and YouTube at Joe's Corner 76. And if you like this podcast, please subscribe to this YouTube channel at Joe's Corner 76 and tell all your friends about it. This is Joe's Corner 76 signing off.